Isaac, you're on the air. Isaac, hi. Good morning.
Good morning, Howard.
Good morning.
Having a great show so far, by the way.
Oh, I know. I'm thinking of going home because it's been so great. Like, why not just do a half hour and leave?
I got to tell you, I'm a big fan. I've been listening from 1990 to 2000, and I stopped listening to you for about 10 years. Don't know why. And then I just started recently listening to you again, and I really missed you. You're a funny guy.
Well, thank you, Isaac.
But you're a really good interviewer. I hear you all the time, and you're really probably the best in the country. You don't get enough credit for it. But I had 3 questions for you. I was wondering if I could throw them at you.
In other words, you're going to interview me.
If you don't mind. I mean, I'm not as professional as you, but these are 3 questions that I wondered a lot about you over the years. So
all right, you interview me. Okay, Isaac. We get it.
Okay. First, why do you claim to be half Jewish, Howard, when in fact you are a full-fledged Jew?
Well, who says I'm a full-fledged Jew? How do you know I'm not half? Of course, people know that I'm Jewish. I say half Jew because I've explained many times that it's funny that the world is so anti-Semitic, and I said to Robin, I'll say I'm half Jewish, and then I can make fun of everybody. Therefore, do you understand?
But just to confirm, you are fully...
Of course I am, yes.
Okay, great. All right.
You figured it out.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great revelation.
Isaac, you're right. You're not as good an interviewer as I am. But go ahead.
What more will we learn?
Well, he's been away for 10 years. But go ahead, Isaac.
All right. You're using a lot of Yiddish words all the time. And,
those are Italian words. Again, the same reasoning behind the other
wait a minute. That's not Italian?
It's humor. I'm not trying to cover up, Isaac. It's for those who can get the joke, we do it. And for those who don't think I speak Italian, it's great.
Got you. Because you speak very good Yiddish, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Second question. Again, this is stuff that's not really discussed much on your show, so I was curious. Does your ex-wife, Allison, resent you for dumping her and marrying a trophy wife?
Well, first of all, now you're insulting me.
I'm sorry.
You're assuming I dumped my wife. What you're trying to do in that question is infuriate me, which you've succeeded.
I'm sorry.
And this fucking bullshit about my trophy wife.
Okay.
I didn't dump my wife for Beth. I met Beth about a year after I got divorced.
True.
And you know what? While you're trying to be funny, and perhaps you succeeded, because like most of my fans who are on that Stern Fan Network who bash my wife and bash me and all this shit, you're just another one of them.
No,
and what's so great about it is that if I met you in person, you wouldn't have the balls to come up and say that to me, because I'd sock you in the fucking head and probably deck you.
I'm sorry.
You're trying to insult.
You didn't think that was insulting?
You're calling my wife a trophy wife. You're saying I'm the bad guy who dumped my ex-wife.
You looked at that and you said, "Here's a good question."
You don't know anything about what went down between me and my ex-wife.
You're right. I must have.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just
And by the way, the thing I take the biggest offense at is that, quite frankly, I'm the fucking trophy. You dig? I'm sick and tired of trophy wife bullshit. Trust me, I'm the trophy.
You are a trophy, Howard. You're 1 in a million, that's for sure.
Right. And it's a statement to my character, Isaac, that I'm not a guy who went out there and was a womanizer.
You weren't, that's for sure.
I could have fucked anyone I wanted on the planet.
That's true.
Women were spreading like crazy.
I believe you.
And I, because I'm so evolved, respect women. Sort of.
Let's
not get carried away.
Overboard.
Well, I'm being attacked, Robin.
I can go along with you for up to a point.
Yeah, maybe I went too far on that answer. All right, Isaac, very good. Thank you.
One more. I have one more, if that's okay.
You're going to try again?
Isaac, I'm reeling from your third question.
Just the last one, Howard, if you can, please.
And I can't help but think even the first 2 questions are sort of idiotic.
I'm sorry.
I mean, unless you're a complete moron.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, can you name for me one bit or one act in the last 35 years of your career that you've done that your kids have been really embarrassed of, that came up to you afterwards and said, "Man, that was terrible"?
You are wacky.
Wow. Isaac.
Come on,
You've
Howard.
Succeeded in ticking me off, okay?
Give me something, Howard. Come on.
Something that my children are embarrassed by.
I mean, I know I got kids, and I try to...
You're an embarrassment to your kids? You're telling us that?
Not only am I an embarrassment to my kids, but you're an embarrassment to my kids.
Yes.
First of all, my kids don't listen to the show, as far as I know, because they never bring up any of the bits I do. They don't like, naked women and stuff on the show. And, as women, they don't think that that's a good idea. But, pretty much I think my whole career, okay?
Even though they didn't listen to you, when you went on Letterman dressed in full drag, were they cool with that?
They didn't even know about it. They're really not that interested in my
They're
career.
not big fans.
In fact, I even said to my kids, I was having lunch with my daughter the other day, Deborah. And I said to her, hey, I don't know if you've heard these. We were talking about her and what she's up to and blah, 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 blah. And she said, Dad, what's going on with you? And I said, have you heard these rumors about America's Got Talent? And she said, no, what's going on? And I'm like,
What's happening with that show?
I went home, I said to my wife, I said, my kids don't appear to know anything about...
They're not interested in you at all.
Not at all. Like, it came as a total surprise for her. She goes, oh, hey, I think you'd be good at that. I said...
Can I give you my opinion on America's Got Talent, or you don't want to hear from me?
Something tells me it's going to be...
not going to be good.
It's going to be not encouraging.
I just think, Howard, you're already at 3 days a week instead of 5. You're trying to wind down your career, which is smart. You got enough money in the bank. You want to spend more time with your wife. And
My trophy wife.
No, your trophy wife. And
right.
The whole calendar, the whole bit. I mean, why are you going to go out there now? I don't care if they're giving you $20 million, $15 million. You got enough, Howard. Why do you got to go out there and, you're just going to be...
Because I need to judge.
Yeah, but you could judge at home with Beth. What did he need to be out there, for the whole country?
You make a good point. Isaac. Actually, Isaac is making a good point. That's something I've asked myself, and when I've heard these rumors that they're going to come after me for America's Got Talent, and not that I have to make a decision because who's waiting on one, but let's suppose that is going on. A question I might ask myself is, what do I need that for? And the answer is, maybe it would be a fun kind of challenge.
Yeah, maybe he'd just enjoy it.
Yeah, maybe it would be kind of a cool thing to do and just sort of try it out and, make a year commitment and see what it's like.
I mean, I kind of think it's going to be more of a headache for you than it's worth. But
You might be right.
But he doesn't know unless he tries, if that's what he wants to do.
What if I really like being a judge?
Well,
maybe I'm flattered that anybody would care what my opinion was.
Well, people do care about your opinion. There's no question about that.
Maybe he'd be really good at it, and it would add something to everyone's life.
You know what? He would be really good at it, but is it worth...
But Isaac's point is, would it be good for my life?
For you.
Maybe it would be.
We don't know until I try.
Yeah.
Isaac, are you trying to get that job, and you're trying to keep me from doing it?
I have a nice business already.
I see.
I'm happy. But,
you can tell with what you have.
I hope he doesn't work with people.
Well, Isaac makes a very... No, he has a job where I think he's one of those guys that guards dangerous... nuclear...
Oh, he's a hazardous waste?
Hazardous waste guy. I feel he's... Are you fully Jewish? I get the feeling you are.
Oh, I am fully Jewish.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah.
Yes. But you wouldn't be able to tell if you saw me in the street, but the thing about it is, though, is that I'm also a religious Jew, believe it or not. I'm Orthodox, and it bothers me a lot when you say about circumcision is wrong.
It is wrong. Of course it's wrong. Let's think about it.
You're messing with some...
The Jewish religion and all religions are made up by some dude or a group of dudes.
It's not, though.
Okay.
It's not, though.
You really believe God created, and then he's...
Why would God make a foreskin and then make you cut it off?
Right.
It's the point that you ask a man to do something that's antithetical into what he believes in. He told Abraham to sacrifice...
Now, we know that, Bubba Meinzer. We know that one.
Look, the bottom line is that when you're...
But you don't understand that a guy named Abraham didn't really exist. It's a story somebody wrote, like Anne Rice.
You really think he didn't exist, Howard?
Of course, there probably was a guy named Abraham, and a myth surrounded that he went. Some lunatic went up to a mountain.
Telephone.
Some lunatic went up to the mountain and said, "I just spoke to God, and he made me cut my son's cock." What the reality is, there was listen. In this world, people are very uncomfortable with sex. And in order to tame and calm men down, especially in more barbaric times when there weren't laws, they try to guilt guys not into fucking going crazy and raping women and womanizing and all that. Then they try to figure out a way to actually cut down the sensation of fucking. So they said, let's mutilate the penis. And we'll sell it as a religious thing. And not only that, there was also a cleanliness issue.
I don't have any less sensation without a foreskin, Howard.
How do you know? You never had one.
I mean, come on, Howard. I'm happily married for 15 years.
Isaac, why in God's name What do you know people in Africa think you're supposed to take a woman's clitoris and cut it off? Does that sound barbaric to you?
That's crazy.
That's not in the Bible, though, Howard. Come on, you're mixing.
But it's in their Bible. It's in their beliefs. Yes, it is.
It's in their belief, but you're talking about Abraham. 90% of the world, even Muslim Christians, believe in Abraham.
What if there was a guy named Abraham who was mentally ill, who went up and believed he was talking to God and said to cut his son's penis?
I don't think you'd be hearing about him 3,500 years later.
All right, well, all right, whatever. So go ahead. What do you want from me?
I still love you, Howard. I'm just telling you, that's my opinion. And the thing about it is, do you believe in the Big Bang Theory, that the whole world came about from an explosion and we have, 243 limbs in our body and 356 bones, all because of an explosion? I mean, come on, it's too unrealistic.
Isaac, if you're Orthodox, do you bang your wife through a sheet?
You see, that's a big misconception. You know where that comes from, Howard? Let me tell you.
Why not bang her through a hole in the sheet?
Well, because it's a myth. There's no such
not a myth.
You know where that came from? We were tzitzis.
You're supposed to do that.
You know what tzitzis are, right? They're undergarments.
I know what tzitzits are. I have them on right now.
So when they hang up the tzitzis on the clothesline, the garment would look good.
What? That phone is...
Well, the nuclear material is acting up. Isaac, your phone isn't working. Isaac, we couldn't hear a word you said. Your phone is breaking up.
You know the undergarment that Jews wear? A lot of Hasidics wear the strings.
Yeah, I know what they are.
Okay, so when the women in Europe used to hang it up on the clotheslines outdoors to dry after they would clean them, so their Gentile neighbors would see them hanging and saying, "Oh, that's a bed sheet with a hole in it." So the Jews must be having sex with their wives with a sheet with a hole in it.
All right, then answer me this. Why are women forced to sit separately from men in temple? Do you think that's right?
Because men are, like you said, animalistic, and they don't want men to get riled up and horny for them.
So don't you think it's possible that some guy dreamt up cutting the penis, some of the... You know how many nerves are in the foreskin? Why should a baby be mutilated? Because some guy told you to do it? No.
Okay.
Because you read it in a storybook?
It's not a storybook. If you learned it, so you can't comment on it if you don't learn it, Howard, Right. I learned it, and the truth is...
I learned it more than you. I went to an Orthodox... I grew up in an Orthodox temple.
Okay, well, I went
every day for religious training. I know more about the religion than you do.
I'll guarantee you, I'll bet you an iPod.
Get out of here. Your phone doesn't work.
Phone is messed up.
Get out of here.
No idea what he's screaming about now.
That's a myth. I'll tell you about it. I only tell you and sit there. You know what?
What?
You know what?
Sit.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, listen to my microphone.
What happened?
I don't know. It's fucked up.
It wasn't me.
With that, I'll take a break. We'll be back right after that. Maybe after this, because maybe I can fix the microphone during the...